as they see a 75% surge in retirements. The anti-cop sentiment taking a rising toll on departments not only in New York, but all across the country.
Here to react to this is former NYPD officer and Fox News contributor Dan Bongino. Good morning, Dan.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, listen, all weekend I think about what I'm going to do on my Monday show, and this Monday show was easy for me because I saw this story, and when your producer sent it to me, I already had this in my head. I want to do a show on, like, are these things liberals pretend not to know, or are they just really dumb? I mean, how did you think that attacking the police officers constantly while coddling criminals, letting them out early on bail reform, taking away qualified immunity so a police officer can be sued for doing his job, did you really think that was going to improve the quality of life in your city? No, guys, listen, this is a serious question. I'm not messing with you. If you were a liberal watching this show, were you really convinced that was the path to quality public safety in your city? I'll give you a minute to think about that. My guess is it's either A or B. Either you're an ignoramus and a moron, or you knew that it was going to lead to a really destructive public safety situation in your city. I'm leaning towards option B.
So take it the next step. What Ed Mullins and Pat Lynch said, who's head of the Police Benevolent Association, is that if you want to reimagine police, get the current ones to quit and make it intolerable. They're not surprised at all, is what they contend, and it's hard to argue, because if you want to have them quit, empty the prisons, make them the bad guys, make them get sued, make them liable to be sued, get rid of all their instruments of protection, so they quit. They go, I can get a better job, I can make more money at Walmart than I can working in a lot of these police stations as an entry level without the consternation and anger.
Right, and then the fear of getting
Do you
shot.
think it's possible that that's part of the plan?
Well, what else would it be? I mean, I just opened up by saying, like, you're either really dumb,
or you're trying to get
or
them out.
this is a plan. I mean, Brian, seriously. Listen, I don't like liberalism, obviously. I mean, I'm a conservative commentator. But I don't think they're stupid. I really don't. Bill de Blasio is not a moron.
Yes, he is.
Why is he doing this then? But having said that, I spoke at a charity event for police this weekend. It's perfect timing, this segment. For people who've kids scholarships for people who've been lost in the line of duty. It was really an interesting event, and I was happy to do it. But I said, there's this quote from the Bernard Malamud book, The Natural, Roy Hobbs, where they say, the girlfriend says to him, we all live two lives, the one we learn from and the one we live after that. And I said at the speech, did we not learn from 1980s New York? The awful policing, the 3,000 dead bodies every couple of years we would find for murders and the drug wars. Did we not learn from the broken windows policing implemented afterwards that cleaned that up? Do you have any idea how many black lives have been saved? How many black men and women are alive now precisely because of the effective policing implemented under the broken windows policies of Rudy Giuliani, Jack Maple, and Bill Bratton? I lived through it, guys. Are we itching to go back to that? Do we want more death, more drugs? To me, it's just bizarre how the voters of New York City are still picking these people to do this, to destroy their city.
Let's talk about one other topic. The president would like to raise taxes. He would like to essentially double the capital gains tax to almost 40%. Also increase the the corporate tax rate as well to 28%. Chris Christie was on one of the Sunday shows yesterday, and he said, look, what this is simply is income redistribution, also known as socialism. Here's the former governor.
We could set up straw men and say, well, he overturned this executive order, but that's not what we were talking about this morning. What Sarah just talked about, the capital gains issue is nothing more than income redistribution. It's socialism. Joe Biden's proposal to do that. Let's remember that investment income, they've already paid taxes on it. It's redistribution of income, George. And I just want to warn everybody out there, wait until you see what happens to your retirement funds.
It's so interesting to hear this allegation of socialism. I know these are buzzwords that work very well with the Republican Party, so congratulations for using them this morning. On the left, there's a conversation happening about student loan debt. How much should be forgiven, 50,000 versus 10,000? And we're talking about a capital gains increase.
But ultimately, it is income redistribution, as is planned under the progressive tax code.
Well, let me surprise you, Steve. That's not right. It's not income redistribution. You may be thinking, what? I thought you were a capitalist. No, I am. If you actually read the data, again, the producers read my mind this morning. These things liberals don't know. And you look at the Joint Committee on Taxation, by the way, Steve, not stacked with conservatives up in the Hill. The Joint Committee on Taxation has already said if you hike the capital gains tax to double what it is now, two things will happen. You'll destroy business and jobs, and get a load of part two, Steve. You'll raise less money.
Right.
Did you get that? Yeah. Everybody, so it's not income you're not redistributing
There's just
anything.
less to do.
You will raise less money. Does everybody understand? There's a fascinating op-ed in the Wall Street Journal about this today. If you doubt any of the numbers, the Joint Committee on Taxation has already said you guys will get less money and you'll destroy jobs, which again fits into my show today. Do you guys not know this, liberals, or are you just really dumb?
So get people not to invest, and then you get people not to work because you're giving them so much unemployment, they don't work. So what happens? Tax revenue goes down, the red ink goes up, and who's to blame? I don't. It's the person who did it, but I'm not sure that those fingers will be pointing in the right direction.
All this will happen, I guarantee it. The op-ed's there right now for anyone to read, and then liberals later will go, what? I didn't know. Bill Clinton cut the capital gains tax. Yes, he cut it. And you know what happened? Capital gains tax revenues went up. Ronald Reagan, yes, Reagan, actually hiked the capital gains tax. And you know what happened? Capital gains tax revenues went down. But liberals and facts never connect, guys. It's like that equal sign with the slash in the middle. Facts and liberals never equal each other, ever. It just doesn't work.
And by the way, Dan, if you do the math, and you have done it, if you look at the federal tax and the raise in the top bracket tax, you now, if you live in New York, you give 6 of every $10 to the city and the federal government. Yeah. Why do you work? Rich people go, okay, I'm keeping my money. Thank you. No more investment, no more job growth, no more businesses. That's the way it used to work.
That's why you can't get a reservation in a Florida restaurant, Brian.
I know.
Because everybody's moving down here to get away from this crap. Please, stay up in New York. It's a free country. I can't tell you where to move. But libs, please don't come down here. Can I ask you for a personal favor? Please, I get a free country. Do what you want. I'm all about freedom. But I'm just asking you for a favor. Just stay up in New York. Don't come and destroy this beautiful state. Steve and I can't get a reservation in a restaurant because you hike taxes in New York and then try to escape from it and pull the same crap down here. Please don't come here. Please, I'm just begging you. Free country. But please, personal favor. I know you don't like me, liberals, but will you do me this one favor? Just destroy your own states. Don't destroy mine. Personal favor.
Texas,
if you're smart enough to get out of these expensive states, don't be stupid enough to take those values and those politics with you.
All right. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.